Hi everyone, so I'm back at part 2 of week 44, and this is basically us getting ready and travelling to Japan. So we actually travelled down to Heathrow on the 31st of October in the day, and then we stayed overnight. We stayed at the Sofitel at Heathrow Terminal 5 because we're flying out of Terminal 5, and then we flew to Japan on the Friday, the 1st of November. And yeah, so then we was in Japan for the Saturday. So this is basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, not Sunday, just up to Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So on the night before we travelled down, so on the Wednesday night, we had a drink of some Prosecco that we got given for our wedding. So I managed to get a picture of us just having a glass of, just something nice to celebrate us going on our honeymoon. Because even though we were very excited for Japan and everything, sometimes it was quite easy to forget that it was your honeymoon, because obviously we got married in July, we had a bit of a gap. And maybe Japan's not the typical honeymoon destination. It's obviously very on the go. It's not like a beach relaxing holiday. But yeah, it was still our honeymoon, so obviously we wanted to, treat ourselves and, have a nice glass of Prosecco before we went. So I keep it quite simple. I only had a couple of cut parts left. I had three 4x4s and one 3x4. So I turn one of the 4x4s into a 3x4, which is that trick or treat yourself. That's going to go in my middle section, and I'm going to use the two 4x4s that are left over to go in the other 6x4 pockets. Obviously there's space left over, so I'm actually going to put some journaling sort of filler next to that, so I can write a little bit about what's happening on these days. And I just thought that these cut parts, even though they're Halloween themed, and obviously it was Halloween week, they're not designed to be for honeymoons or holidays or anything like that, but it just really matched, because obviously this was us celebrating, and I like that sort of chills and thrills, because we were ready to chill out for 3.5 weeks, in terms of not working, and obviously we were very excited, so it was quite thrilling to finally be going to Japan. So it just worked out really nicely. And then obviously the one that says trick or treat yourself, we were flying business class, we treated ourselves to that. And then those little ghosts are so cute. It says hashtag literally dying. So that went really well with us flying business class, because we were like a fish out of water. Everyone else was really chilled, and we were very excited about being in business class. We were taking all of the photos that we possibly could. And yeah, we just, we were definitely the excitable ones there. So the cars just really matched, which I thought was really good. So I do decide to use these little 31, what are they called? Stickers, but the foam stickers from the Simple Stories collection that I used for my Romania album. Actually, I just had these 31 little stickers left. I put them inside the pocket on the paper, and it was bulking the paper a little bit, so after the video I actually take it out and I stick them on the plastic rather than on the paper, so that it doesn't puffer, which was, it just looked a bit better. So yes, I'm going to use the two cards. One says trick or treat yourself and one says to die for. That again worked really well. So the middle section, I'm going to put a picture of us just before we left to go down to Heathrow with all our suitcases. So we were already going with 2 big suitcases. Obviously we're going for 3.5 weeks, so we wanted to have clothes but we wanted to have the space, so we didn't intentionally fill our suitcase filled with stuff already. They were quite light because we wanted to bring stuff back. We did actually end up bringing back another suitcase full of stuff, so we came back with 3 suitcases, but yeah, we had the 2 big suitcases to start with, and I just thought it was a quite nice photo to sort of have before we left. So I'm just going to cut this one down a little bit more, because obviously it was a 4x4, so make sure it goes in the pocket. But I do keep it really simple with the embellishments. I've not really got anything apart from little gems. The washi tape's obviously quite bold with the little polka dots, so I just thought that was it really. I didn't really need too much more. The other photo is actually sort of like a fast forward to Japan. It's just a little one of me in one of the little alleyways in Tokyo on the Saturday. So we took off on the Friday, but because of the 9-hour flight difference, time difference, we then landed at 7 a.m. Japan time on the Saturday, and then we got to the hotel, we had a bit of a nap, and then we woke up probably about 2:30, and then we went out for a little bit of an explore. So that was like one of our first sort of photos that we took, and it was just a little bit of a snippet into Tokyo, really, because as I said, we weren't fully awake, and it was raining a little bit, and also it was very dark, so we couldn't see everything, but we managed to get down to this alleyway and get some nice photos. So I just thought I'd include that because that was our first sort of day in Japan. But back to flying. So on the Friday, as I said, we flew with British Airways from Heathrow to Tokyo, and we flew business class, which was amazing. It was so one of those situations where finally you get to stop and sit in these lovely seats compared to normally walking right through them and going to economy. Don't get me wrong, we're going to have to be doing that all the rest of our lives because we can't afford business class all the time. But it was a really, really nice treat, and it's one of those things where we'll always remember it now. And I'm so glad we managed to do it on our honeymoon. So yeah, we were really happy to be in business class. It's a very long flight. It was 13 hours. So it was well worth the money that we paid. And yeah, it just started our honeymoon off. It was the first time we've really been excited for a long flight. So yeah, so I'm just going to put those little ghosts next to it with some journaling bits. And that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this part. And I'll be back soon. Bye.